We heard that you are planning a hunger strike.
We decided to organize this hunger strike based on the critical situation inside Tibet with 49 self-immolations so far. And as an organization, what can we do to highlight the situation?
The whole area, I saw signs of free Tibet, but this is the first place, your office, where I saw we will free Tibet.
Right.
So it's a different approach. Can you tell me about this?
We as the Tibetan people will never give up our struggle to regain Tibet's independence, and that's why we want to let everybody know out there that we will free Tibet, meaning that we will continue to struggle for Tibet's independence until Tibet is free from Chinese occupation.
Revolutions and independence wars usually are really bloody and violent, and you are not going to kill, you are not going to fight with weapons, and you're not going to be violent, which means it's a harder struggle.
Well, it is, yes. I mean, the Tibetan struggle has been non-violent over the years, and for the last 53 years, and that has strictly to do with the leadership of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, who has preached non-violence all along, and that's because of all the credit goes to His Holiness the Dalai Lama and his leadership that the Tibetan struggle has remained non-violent all along, and so that's where we are now, and that's. But in terms of the future, I don't know.
What do you mean?
There was a point back then when Tibet was invaded by China. At that time, our people at the time fought with as much as they could, but we were overwhelmed at the time, and that's what happened.
Now there is blood, and there are killings. But those people who do this self-immolation, they kill themselves. It's quite a different approach. Not killing your enemy, but killing yourself to raise awareness.
We, as an organization, we say that this is the highest form of nonviolence, where people are setting themselves on fire to protest against the continuing illegal occupation of Tibet and oppression of the Tibetan people. In Tibet by the communist regime, the communist Chinese regime. That this is the highest form of nonviolence. This is the ultimate sacrifice any person, any human being can give. And if we look at what happened with Mahmoud Bouazizi in Tunisia, when he set himself on fire, and the aftermath of that self-immolation and the Arab Spring and all that, that there has been major changes back then. But in terms of the Tibetan issue and 49 self-immolations, we haven't had enough international support, and
why?
That's a great question. I think that has to be answered. That has to be that question has to be answered by the international community. Why?
But you must have an idea.
Because of China's position with their economy, being number 2 in the world with their economy.
And number 1 is owing a lot of money.
Right. That is true. That is true. So that's a major factor. And not just that, China is also a member of the UN Security Council that has a veto power in terms of any issue that comes up to the Security Council. As long as China continues to illegally occupy Tibet, and as long as the illegal communist Chinese regime continues to oppress the Tibetan people inside Tibet, I don't think this will stop. And this is something that everybody, most importantly the world leaders, need to take notice of, and then do their part in telling the Chinese government that enough is enough.